December 27th, 2014. Good morning, everybody. Welcome into WDRB in the morning. I'm Chris Sutter. It's a big day around here. The Battle of the Bluegrass happening today. Cards fans, Cats fans, they're ready for it. The Yum Center probably already chilling all that beer. We've got a couple cold ones at home ready to go, too. Everybody's going to be watching that game today. If you're headed out to the Yum Center, though, are you going to have to deal with any rain? Over to Rick DeLuca for the answer. Hey, Rick. Okay, Rick, back to the big story of the day. The Battle of the Bluegrass. UK and U of L are going head-to-head at the KFC Yum Center. That's where we find WDRB's Sarah Finney with what the coaches are saying ahead of the big game. Sarah.
Good morning, Chris.
UK and U of L fans spent part of their Friday buying the latest gear before today's big game. While coaches and players are acting like it's just another game, fans don't buy it and have already started that trash talking.
UK, because UK is way better.
Fan Outfitters is a store divided, half devoted to U of L, half to UK. They expect another busy day today before tip-off. 8:04 now, a department store worker is beaten when she confronts three suspected shoplifters. As WDRB's Danielle Lama explains, that's what police say happened inside a local store on Christmas Eve. And that was Danielle Lama reporting. If you recognize the suspects, you're asked to call St. Matthews Police. That number on the bottom of your screen is 893-9000. Police say a man in Floyd County rammed his car into an immediate care center after he was refused codeine. Plywood covers the back door of the center in Highlander Point. The Sheriff's Department says on Christmas Eve, Matthew Burton tried to get prescription-strength codeine cough syrup, but when employees refused, they say he rammed his Jeep Wrangler through the back doors of the building, then left. Police were called, and while officers were still there investigating, Burton returned to the scene and was arrested. Charges are pending. A woman is found shot to death in her driveway Thursday night in Marion County, Kentucky. 46-year-old Susan Summers was found on Parkside Drive in Lebanon. A doctor pronounced her dead at a hospital. Police are hoping an autopsy will provide more answers about what may have happened there. An SUV plows through a New Albany convenience store, hitting three people, including two children. Take a closer look at the damage. It happened on Friday afternoon at the Save a Step on Charlestown Road and Interstate 265. Police aren't sure what caused the driver to lose control of an SUV slamming through the front of the store. It came to a stop well inside the business. The driver, a customer, and two young children were all taken to the hospital, each with non-life-threatening injuries.
It's everybody recovers quickly.
Workers were expected to put boards over the windows and close the store for repairs. Police say a crossover crash is to blame for the deaths of 4 people near Peru, Indiana on Friday. Troopers say the driver of a red car lost control, crossed the median, and hit an oncoming semi-truck that tried to get out of the way. 2 adults and 2 children in the car died. A 5th person from the car and the truck driver were hurt. The coroner's office has not yet released the name of a woman hit and killed on Dixie Highway on Thursday night. Shively police say it happened between Early Drive and Nobel Place around 11 o'clock. Police say the driver of a vehicle involved did stop and is cooperating with police. Dixie Highway was closed for several hours. Police say a driver trying to flee a crash scene hit an unmarked police SUV and 2 other vehicles in 3 separate places on Friday. This is the last place, I-65 North near Brook Street. An LMPD spokesperson says the runaway driver rear-ended the SUV, bringing minor injuries to the officer inside. Police then arrested 55-year-old James Allen Horde. He's due in court this morning to answer to charges that include wanton endangerment, assault, and DUI. Horde is accused of hit and runs on Kingston Avenue and I-65. Hundreds of Louisville DUI cases are in jeopardy because of problems surrounding 2 breathalyzer technicians at Metro Corrections.
Very disheartening and
In this weekend's Sunday Edition story, Jason Riley investigates the reasons hundreds of local DUI cases are on hold in the court system, and also why Jefferson County is the only county in the state dealing with this problem. The answers in tomorrow's Sunday Edition on WDRB.com. 8:09 now. A teenage screenwriter from Louisville has a new take on a classic movie, but he needs help getting it on the big screen, which you can do to make that happen. Hey, Rick.
Hey, the weekend's off to a soggy.
Out in the street, playing the folk by the band.
A wet start to your Saturday morning as we welcome you back to WDRB in the morning. Thank you so much for having us on today. We really appreciate it. 2015 almost here, and come up in about 15 minutes, we're going to talk about the top words of the year, Rick DeLuca. You may have a couple of guesses. I'll let you know if one.
Top words of the year.
Top words, yeah.
Really?
I'll just give you a hint. Here's a little hint.
Yeah, well, you give me something.
You know what I mean?
Selfie?
Maybe one of them.
Ah.
You'll have to wait and see, Richard.
All right.
I'm Kelly Davis.
Good morning, I'm Chris Sutter. As you look at the forecast, it's kind of hard to tell what season it actually is, but today begins winter, Rick DeLuca.
That's right. 6:03 p.m. it becomes official. So I'll have the details coming up for you in a few minutes.
Rick, thank you. Former heavyweight boxing champion and Louisville native Muhammad Ali is in the hospital with a mild case of pneumonia.
His spokesman says he currently lives in Arizona.
Saturday was a deadly day on Louisville roadways. 4 accidents claimed lives, and 2 of them involved pedestrians. At around 6:30 last night, officers were called to Fagan Bush Lane near Jet Thomas Drive. Police say a man was walking along the roadway when he was hit by a Ford minivan. LMPD spokesperson Dwight Mitchell says the man, who appears to be in his 50s, was pronounced dead at the scene.
There's no sidewalk.
It was around 4 o'clock yesterday afternoon when police say a pedestrian was hit and killed on Bardstown Road near Breckenridge Lane in a separate incident. Mitchell says a woman driving a green Chrysler swerved off the road, hitting the man who was walking in the grass median. He was pronounced dead at the scene. Police say the driver of the car was not hurt in the accident. Both of those accidents remain under investigation. Another smash hit from Taylor Swift right there as we welcome you back to WDRB in the morning. This is from Kelly's collection. This just plays over and over and over. And her poor husband. Her poor husband.
I know I'm going to get your husband for Christmas, Kelly. Some earplugs.
Yeah, good call.
Oh, good
Trying to help a brother out.
Nailed it.
Yep. All right.
Here's a look at what's trending today. A lot of people talking about this story on Twitter. Actor Dustin Diamond has been arrested. You know, he played Screech on Saved by the Bell. Police in Wisconsin say he stabbed a man at a bar with a pen. It happened on Christmas night. Authorities also arrested Diamond's girlfriend. The victim is expected to be okay. SpaceX has plans for a tough landing next month. Officials say the landing involves a rocket base. Multi-stage rockets typically use up their fuel and dispense their lower sections, but SpaceX plans to maintain the base by landing it on a barge in the ocean with it standing straight up. The rocket will launch on either January 6th or 7th. A demolition team tried to tear down a building in Crimea, but workers were not exactly successful. You can see part of the 10-story building still standing at an angle. The failure is due in part to the demolition team limiting the number of explosives that were used. Local residents are just laughing at the situation. And that's a look at what's trending today.
It's been 1 week since you looked at me. Cocked your head to the side and said I'm angry. 5 days since you laughed at me.
Mark Florence, good morning to you. Thank you so much for watching today. There are your bare naked ladies. If you want to hear a song, we'll play it for WDRB. So all you got to do is go to our Facebook or Twitter pages. And Rick DeLuca gives me a chance to say my favorite line ever. You ready?
I'm ready. Let's go. Let's hear it. Let's hear it.
Chicken to China, the Chinese chicken.
You have a drumstick.
And your brain stops ticking.
That's my man right there. Yeah,
that's what I'm talking
that was a little
about.
collaboration. That was pretty good.